Hi, guys. How are you? It's so funny. I was literally just live and I'm like, oh, look, here I am again. But hi, everyone. This time I have Nikki with me.
Hello, everybody.
No, I'm so excited, super excited. So as you guys are joining us, do us a favor, click the share button, tag your friends or family, let everyone know to come hang out with us. Right now it is 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, right? Yes, on Wednesday. So if you're watching us now, then definitely say hi. If you are watching the replay, then do hashtag replay. But again, click that share button. Let everyone know that we are hanging out. Okay, here come all the comments. Hi, guys. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Ron. Hi, Michelle.
There we go.
Yep, good. I'm so excited. So how is everyone? Nikki, I don't know about you, but how did this new moon and now Mercury retrograde, how are you feeling?
The whole Mercury in retrograde, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for it, but we're just wishing for the best, trusting the universe that it has my back and all my highest intentions and works. So I'm just trusting right now. So hopefully everything goes very smoothly.
Fingers crossed. Mercury retrograde always like kicks me on my butt and I am determined. I'm like, no, I don't have time for that this month. It's a busy month. I'm going to need Mercury retrograde to cooperate, please.
Yes, the planets and just getting ready for the new year, because throughout the new year, the whole planet energy is just Earth's energy just completely shifting. So trying to get ready for that. However, that looks, like I said, not really ready, but it's coming whether I'm ready or not. So just got to go with it. Got to get on my raft and start going.
Yeah, Lisa, I'm jealous. She's like, retrogrades in my sign. I've been feeling great.
Good for you.
I'm over here like, keep your head above water, Ashley. Keep your head above water.
I've got a stroll and I'm like trying to breathe. Especially with the holidays, like going from Thanksgiving, I had, I don't know, I think I had like over 20 people at my house. I had 5 dogs, like 12 kids. So it was like very hectic, but I loved it. Yeah. And then just rolling into Christmas and then the New Year's and just everything going on. It's been very chaotic, but it's been kind of fun. I kind of live in chaos. So it's kind of, it's really like hit or miss. Like either I'm like super, like everything just going. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm so calm. Why is there? I feel like there's something off a little bit. I'm too balanced. I'm too calm. Let me get some more chaos. Let me make some work for myself.
Yep. I do the same thing. It's either, and I think, who was I talking? It might've been Wendy. I think this came up when I went live with Wendy too. We were talking about the same thing. It's either like I'm paralyzed and I'm doing nothing. I'm like, I've checked out, or I'm doing all the things at once and I'm like watching myself crash and burn in slow motion. But I'm like, I live for this.
Yes. I definitely can feel. Someone just posted, Sarah posted the puttering, just those little tiny things going all over. And I'm just like, that is so me. It couldn't have resonated even clearer when I read it. I was just like, oh my goodness, if this doesn't hit home, because it is, especially during the holidays, it's those little things that go unnoticed, like scrubbing the toilets or, getting the baseboards that no one cares about and things like that, you're just doing and no one notices it, but they'll notice if it wasn't done, like, oh, there's a lot of dust over there. But, it's doing those little things to kind of get through. And people are probably like, this girl cleans her baseboards. Yes, I'm crazy. So.
Yep. I clean mine too. Not probably as often as I should, but it's definitely once every couple months. I'll walk by. I'm like, everything gets, they all get wiped down. But I watched a video the other day and it was this mom and she was like, I let the bathroom go uncleaned for 2 months. And then finally she went in and cleaned it and she asked her husband to come in and he was like, what? It doesn't look any different. You just cleaned up your mess off the counter. And I was like, I would have kicked him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would drive me crazy. But it's a real thing. People don't notice those little things that especially as moms, as parents, that we are always doing. So that's crazy that definitely puts it in perspective that for 2 months, how do you not realize like that? When you're picking up the toilet seat, there's nothing, like it's gone. Like it's like the fairy came and got it. I don't know what happened. It just dissolved on its own.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah. Yes, it would. I'm lucky enough. Like I said, I'm kind of like OCD. So I have this vacuum that has like all the attachments on it. So every time I vacuum, I put my little attachment on it and I'm like on the baseboards. I get my chair rail. Like
Nice.
Get all that energy out. I'm such an energy freak where I'm like, okay, this stagnant energy don't need to be here. Let's move it. Even if it's the tiniest little dust bunny, no, we're getting rid of it because we need good energy in here. Getting rid of all that.
I just walked around my whole house yesterday, and I didn't do a physical clean. I mean, I straighten up a little every day, but I walked around all day yesterday and did like with my sage, and like I was like, get out of here, like whatever's been lingering all year, like we need a fresh start. Goodbye.
Open them windows. I know it's cold out, but just open it. Let all that energy flow right through.
Yep. Yeah. Marie's like, I'm over here. Oh, wait, I lost the comment. Marie's like, I'm over here mentally preparing myself to bake 150 cookies tomorrow. Well, if you need a taste, let me know.
This is where I step in and I say, if there is too much on your plate, do not be afraid to say no.
Yep.
Like, especially during the holidays, if it's not serving your highest good or you're not benefiting, I know it kind of sounds selfish, but if you're not getting that exchange of energy in some form and you're just like giving, please say no. But that's a lot of cookies, and good on you, because that's a lot.
Yep. Okay. Hi, everyone. I can see everyone hopping on. Hi. Hello. All right. So I'm super excited for tonight. So how many of you know Nikki, and how many of you, this is your first time seeing her? She's been live with me before, but I know we've got a lot of new followers. So Nikki, do you want to go ahead and just kind of introduce yourself and let people know a little bit about you and what you do?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Nikki Steinhauer. I am an intuitive energy healer. I'm a Reiki master, and I'm also a spiritual consultant. So I do in-person sessions in Huntingtown, Maryland, and I also do virtual sessions. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you want to know more about me, she does have my my website on the bottom going through. And I mean, if you have questions, you can always reach out to me and we can go over anything. Tonight's live is going to be about sound healing. So yeah, I'm excited to speak about that because it's something that I've started doing in my practice, and the benefits of it is just astronomical. Like I love frequencies, and energy, frequencies, sound healing, everything. It's all vibration. We're all vibration. So definitely something that I love talking about. So.
Yeah. When you were like, this is what I want to talk about tonight, I was like, sweet, I can do that. Yeah. I can absolutely talk about that. So Nikki's website is running down here. It's also, everything is up in the description of the video, or if you're on YouTube, it's going to be down there, but Facebook, the description's usually up there. And then I also just put it in the comments too, for anyone who's like, I can't find either one. It's right there in the comments.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So if you want to schedule with Nikki, head over to her website. She's always got some fun stuff going on. She's super active on her Facebook page. So definitely give her a follow. But I'm going to follow your lead tonight if that works. And we'll just let that conversation flow.
Okay. Speaking of my website and my Facebook, so on Facebook and Instagram, if you are following me, I am having December daily deals. So the prices are just, I'm here. It's December. The holidays are around. People are stressed out. So I wanted to give back. So by doing that, I lowered my prices significantly. That way people can start showing themselves some self-love, some self-care, taking care of themselves, especially parents, because during the holiday season, it is just so crazy. Just, trying to do the gifts and just, the food, the dinners, the family, just all the moving parts, 100-something cookies that you're making. Yep. It's so much. And so often we forget about ourselves. So I did want to kind of give back, and, I have free giveaways going on. I have, if you're a subscriber, you can go over to my website and subscribe to my website. There is an actual, there's giveaways if you're a subscriber. I think I'm going to announce the winner either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see how this live goes and how long. But I prioritize my sleep. That's my self-love. But yeah, I have all these kinds of giveaways and discounts and different things going on. So if you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, just go ahead and follow me and check out all the deals I have going on. So
yep. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of your deals, and I'm like, I might get it on this. Like,
come on. So So yeah, just show yourself that self-love, because it really is so important, especially bringing in the new year, because whatever you're kind of like ending now is going to transition into the new year. So really just putting yourself as a priority, taking care of yourself, because I always stress that you cannot love or take care of anyone else until you love and take care of yourself. So very important. So just trying to get that out there.
And I think we all hear that, right? We all hear like, you can't pour from an empty cup, but then we're trying to do it anyway. And I'm guilty of this. We were just talking about it. Like, I'm guilty of this. And so, you know, take some time, like give yourself that gift of like, you know what, I deserve, you know, this, or I deserve this, or I deserve 5 minutes for myself. Like, you are so worthy of that.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of the same way. Like I said, I'm guilty of it too, of just like, I don't know if I need that massage, because I don't know if I want to spend that much money on myself. So to ensure that you're not feeling too guilty, that's why I've, you know, given away the free giveaways and all that stuff. So okay, so let's go ahead and hop into it. So tonight's live is about sound healing. What is sound healing? Sound healing is just a therapeutic practice that uses sound frequencies to promote healing and relaxation. The idea behind it is we are all vibration, we're all energy. So everything is made up of vibrations, including our bodies, including everything that appears physical. When our bodies are not in a state of balance or homeostasis, this is when illness and stress can occur. And that's what I do is with Reiki. I can go in there, I can remove that negative energy and replace it with positive energy. And as we all know, stress, more so like chronic stress, can lead to physical and mental complications and even early death. So studies have shown that stress is just huge on taking years off your life. So something just popped into my head, telomeres. You can actually learn to reverse early death by lengthening your telomeres, which is something on your DNA strand. Sorry, I'm getting nerdy. But
you get nerdy.
Sound therapy can actually help you lengthen your telomeres. So look that up. That's really cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why they were just telling me that. But someone here had to hear it. So telomeres on your DNA strands, you can actually measure your telomeres and they'll tell you how much life you have left, but you can increase your life as well. So very fun fact. Epigenetics.
I've never even heard of those. So now I'm going to like, when I get off with you, I've got school, but when my school is done, I'm going to be like,
maybe I'll do a video on it. I don't know. That's funny that it came up.
Yeah.
So anyways, so sound healing aims to restore the balance of your body, return it to homeostasis by using specific frequencies to kind of target the different parts of your body. Different frequencies have been shown to heal your body on different levels. It can heal the biofield. It can heal our cellular structure. It can heal different holes in our auras. And it can also heal blockages in each one of our chakras. And each one of our chakras vibrates at a different frequency as well, which I think is amazing. I'm nerding out. But studies have shown that sound healing can reduce stress levels and promote relaxation. Participants who underwent sound healing experience decreased stress levels, increases of feeling like overall well-being increasing. And then let's see what else. It's been shown to reduce anxiety and depression, as well as stress.
Yeah.
And it can also, it's been proven to boost your immune system as well. So there's so many benefits, like improving your blood circulation, improving your metabolism, regulating your muscle tensions, and stimulating your tissues, just all these different benefits. So overall, sound healing is extremely beneficial for you and your overall health, really. And most of us, we love music. We love to dance. We love to let loose, get jiggy with it. So that's why kind of when you go out with the girls and you go dancing, you kind of are feeling like good. You're feeling relaxed, kind of stress-free. because you're pairing sound healing with body movement, which is those two together is amazing. You're just getting all that stagnant energy out.
Yeah.
So flowing, like your body movements, can also help raise your vibration and release that stagnant energy. But not all music that you're dancing to is ideal for your health. But it is good to shake up that stagnant energy sometimes. So even if you are going, if you listen to some ludicrous or like, doing some crazy stuff, it's still going to get all that energy kind of shaken up. But it really does depend on what kind of music you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Sorry. And I think it's so funny that you say that, because I swear if there was a camera in my office, like people would be like, Ashley, what are you doing? Because like before I do readings or before I've got to sit down and be in this chair for the rest of the day, like I do some weird stuff. Like I get in there and I'm moving my body around. And I always reference it to, if you look at a young child, right? When they've got like pent up energy or they're feeling anger or they're feeling sad, like they really move their body, right? Like either they're throwing a temper tantrum or they're spinning in circles, like they're moving. Like kids intuitively know how to move their body to release or move the energy that they need to move. And I'm like, we're taught like, no, stand still, no, sit still. And it's like, no, shake it out. Do some weird stuff. Let that energy move.
Yep. And that's amazing, because like it was funny. I just like pictured you. I know you don't do this, but I just saw you like running in place and like doing push-ups.
I definitely don't do push-ups. I can go down, but I can't get up.
So I don't know if they wanted me to like just talk about how if you get nervous or if you have a lot of anxiety and stress, you could do like jumping jacks or push-ups to release some of that energy that's built up. I actually just had a client today who one of her messages was go running, because she needed to have more breath go in and out of her body. So running and promoting running and releasing that energy, because she has a lot of like built up energy to release that. So running is excellent for body movement to get all that energy kind of going.
Yeah.
So music is great. But what kind of music you should listen to? So there's different frequencies, and they're all measured in hertz. So specific frequencies are linked to specific patterns in numerology, geometry, and they're all said to have specific effects on each part of our bodies and our mind. So there are frequencies for relieving pain, relieving stress, healing your tissues and organs, different frequencies to kind of help you move from guilt or fear. What else? There's some that
improve your sleep patterns.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The frequency 528 is called the miracle frequency, because it definitely helps repair your DNA. It can help those telomeres really solidify and expand. But yeah, there's different ones for like relationships. So I did read in a comment that someone was having some relationships things. So to kind of reconnect your relationship, that's going to be the frequency 639. So just a little helpful hint there. Yeah. So listening to music with these frequencies can help you heal in different ways and on just different levels, depending on what you need to heal. If it's just your biofield, or if it's your cellular, or if it's DNA, depending on how deep that that issue or that stress is. Mm-hmm. Fun fact, nerd coming out. Going back to numerology and geometry, according to Tesla, the numbers 369. Sorry, I just remembered it when I was telling the healing. The numbers 369 are the only numbers that exist as energy without losing their identity. And this concept is supported by modern physics, which recognizes like the importance of the 369 numbers in atomic and subatomic particles. So if you want to look up the 369 theory, if you're unfamiliar, really cool stuff. Numerology, geometry with 369 is just, it's so cool. I love it. Like the number, okay, so nerding out again, chakra stuff. So your root chakra vibrates at 396, and your heart chakra vibrates at 639, and your crown chakra vibrates at 963. So it just kind of like, it's beautiful how these numbers are like, I wouldn't say those are our three main chakras, because we have 7 that we typically deal with. But we have hundreds of them. They're all over our body. But just when you pair Tesla's 369 theory with your chakras, it's really cool.
Love it.
Because it's kind of like, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's kind of like your grounding energy and your crown energy meeting in the middle at your heart center. And like, it's just, I don't know. It's so beautiful. I love it.
I love it. I love it. And my comment was not going to be helpful at all. I was like, every time you say 369, I just keep singing the song like in my head.
Yeah.
Like,
you can be dancing to that too. Get all that energy out.
Yep. Yeah. Marie's like, frequencies have been a huge help in my spiritual journey. And they're easy to find. Like for anyone who's new, like you can go to YouTube and you can type in like sound healing 4 and like it'll pop up.
Yes.
Yeah,
just make sure you trust your resources.
Yes.
Is one thing that I will say, because I did see a lot of things like on Etsy, on Amazon, they were selling like tuning forks, and the frequencies that they're claiming to fix are not the right frequency. So I would just, put a disclaimer there. Make sure you do your research if you are looking to do sound healing. If you are, nothing's going to hurt you, but if you are trying to heal a specific thing, definitely do your research. Make sure if you are buying tuning forks or singing bowls, that they are legit. So I'll just put that as a little disclaimer.
Yeah. I love singing bowls. I've always wanted a set. I've just never gone
I've
out.
always done my whole set. I love singing bowls. They're like, and Tibetan bowls, I just love the vibrations of everything. Oh, it's just like, it's transformative. I just love it. Sorry.
Every single time I walk into a metaphysical shop, I play with them. Like the owners probably hate me because I'm just in there playing with all their bowls. But then, I'm cheap. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy it for myself.
I've been blessed that for my birthday and Christmas gifts, my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law have been buying them for me for gifts. So I've been very blessed. Yeah, I love it. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Let's see.
And if you guys have questions regarding sound healing or anything else that we're talking about tonight, like drop those comments in the comment section. And we'll definitely try to help.
Absolutely. And helping is what we're trying to do here. Is I wanted to, in addition to giving away my giveaways and those discounts and everything like that, I just want people to kind of know that during the holidays it is stressful. And I just want you to know of like a simple remedy that can help bring your body back to homeostasis, back to that calm after the storm, after the crazy, consistent holidays, just back to back to back. So this is something that it's a simple self-care routine or something that you can do anywhere. You can put, look it up on YouTube or Apple Music, Spotify. And just 20 minutes a day can really just get you recentered and rebalanced. And it doesn't cost you anything unless you have to pay for internet or your phone bill. But we're already doing that anyway. So we don't count. We're doing the girl math. Did you ever see that one?
I love it. The girl math always makes sense to me. And my husband's
yes.
It makes total sense. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's free. So it's essentially free.
Right. Like if I pay for it in cash, it's free. Like it never made it to the bank account. So what do you mean?
Exactly.
But yeah. And the great thing is like, you can listen to these while you're getting ready. You can listen to these while you're in the shower. You can listen to these as you lay down to get ready to fall asleep. I would say be careful of listening to anything like that while you're driving. Just because, you're behind a vehicle. So maybe that's probably not the best time to do that. But other than that, like go for it. Like you can pop it in your AirPods or, just have it on the Bluetooth or whatever you need to do. But definitely make that time for it. If you stick with it and you're consistent, you will absolutely start to see a difference. And a lot of times I know even when I'm stressful, like I'll go right on YouTube and I'll pull up something and I'll just sit and I'll listen to it for 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm listening and I'm just like breathing. And I get up and I feel like a whole new person. I'm like, yeah, thanks for that. And that was quick and easy.
I think it's crucial that you do say that it's 15 to 20 minutes, because if we're not giving ourselves 15 to 20 minutes a day, Like that should be a red flag for you. If you're like, no, I'm too busy. I can't give myself 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, even 5 minutes. If your whole day's going by and you haven't given yourself 5 minutes to breathe and recenter, you got to look at that. That's some deep wounds that we need to heal, because not making yourself a priority or putting yourself first or thinking about yourself, in the long run, it is detrimental to your health.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I think what a lot of people do, and I know I've been guilty of this numerous times, is rather than when we do have a few minutes to actually sit and check in with ourselves, what we do is we disassociate. We scroll, we doom scroll, or we get lost, we binge watch Netflix or whatever. And so we're distracting ourselves. We're disconnecting from ourselves. And while that's needed every now and then, you also have to make sure to find the balance of, okay, I've got 10 minutes rather than just doom scrolling here on TikTok or Facebook. Let me actually sit and maybe listen to some sound frequencies. Let me breathe. Let me maybe do a quick check-in or a grounding exercise.
Yep, absolutely. And it is funny because a lot of my clients, they do say that they do doom scroll a lot. And I'm just like, when you're done doing that, like an hour goes by, right? Most of the time, like it's a good amount of time by the time you're like, whoa, I've been on this for a while.
Yep.
Ask yourself, what was so important that you couldn't give yourself those 10 minutes, to yourself? Also, when we do get those times to ourselves, when we are kind of like, well, all of the to-do list is done, we start creating things for us to do instead of like taking that time to just sit and you're just like, oh, well, everything's all good. Let me make sure. And then you're like, oh, I've got to think of something else. And your to-do list, I promise you, is never going to be done. Like there's always going to be something. So you have to like kind of release that excuse for not taking care of yourself. And it kind of sucks to say it's an excuse, but overall it's an excuse. You're kind of putting yourself and your feelings on the back burner and not making yourself a priority. So
and
if you are one of those people.
And unfortunately, that's so common, right? And I think that's a trauma response for so many of us. And I don't want to say women specifically, but especially women, we're sort of taught our needs come last. Like we have to do this and we're in charge of the kids and we're in charge of that. And like we have just this crazy, massive mental load. And so by the time we're done taking care of everyone else, and it's true for men too, but it's like we don't have any energy left for ourselves. And so, if you take 5 minutes, maybe 3 times a day, it doesn't have to be a lot. You will feel so much more connected and so much more aligned. And you will absolutely realize that you have more energy than you do when you don't take 5 minutes 3 times a day.
Yep. And you can even do it when you're washing the dishes or loading and unloading the dishwasher. You can put that music on because it's such a mindless task that you've done forever. You know where the dishes go. So if you just utilize that time and make your time work for you, really put yourself as that priority. And like, even if you're vacuuming, put some headphones in and just vacuum your house because it's mindless. So you can even meditate that way as well, that active meditation.
That's
so
my
just
favorite
kind of, so just, making yourself, penciling yourself in, even if you're doing like those meaningless chores. When you scrub in the toilet, put that music on and heal.
So. I mean, how many of us, right? If we're like, cleaning up the house or whatever, the kids are at school, let's say we've got the house to ourselves, or it's the nighttime, they've all gone to sleep. Like how often in the background do we just have like trash TV on or, the radio or something like that? Like instead, put something intentional on and then do what you're doing.
Yeah, it would definitely help.
Yeah.
So let's see. So I did see I saw a comment. Someone had asked what frequency for a broken heart.
Oh.
So for that frequency, that's going to be the 639. That's your heart chakra.
Yeah. And then Carrie said, what frequencies would you recommend for brain fog, chronic headaches, and dizziness?
Okay, so for those two, I would recommend a combination of your third eye and your crown chakra frequencies, which is going to be the 963 for your crown chakra. Sorry, just looking at comments. And then 852 for your third eye chakra.
I'm surprised you have all these memorized. I have them written down in a notebook, but like they are not locked away up there.
Energy, frequency, sound. I mean, it's all the same. And like, if you can learn chakras, like, because they all have a color, so each one of these frequencies resonates with that color.
Yeah.
Yeah, nerding out over here. So this is my job. I just love what I do. So you're welcome. I'm like reading comments.
Yeah. So absolutely, like, keep putting those questions in there, because this is something we can all benefit from. And like Nikki said, like, it's totally free. It's something that you could just do for yourself because you deserve it. This even works on kids. If you've got a kid that's like, maybe they're overly tired, they're super hyper. Like, I do it on my 3-year-old all the time. Like, I just I put it on YouTube on the TV and I just let it play while he's like running around, and you'll literally watch him. Like, he'll be running around crazy. And then about 10 minutes into it, he starts to just kind of mellow out. And I'm like, okay, we've recentered. Okay, we're good. We're good.
So yours is still a little young. But I do recommend for those who do have the younger children, like I do this with my kids, like I will tell them to, like, I can either put the music on, or I tell them to just put their hands right here and take a couple deep breaths. And then it just like, it calms them down. It's really just getting them to a different frequency. Instead of that like fight or flight mode, they're calming down, they're centered. They know that they're safe by their, putting their hands over their heart. I know it sounds very like hippie and all that, but vibes, good vibes.
It works.
It works. So.
It does. And the great thing about kids is they are so much more intuitive than we are as adults, right? So yes. They don't even have to understand the logistics of like how this all works, because they're just so in tune with their bodies. Even if they don't logically understand it, they just have that natural ability to be like, this is where I feel energy, or this is the movement I feel I need to do, or this sound, oh my gosh, like I'm so relaxed now.
Yeah. And most of the time, I love it looking at it through a child's perspective, just because they don't have to know why. Nope. Like as adults, we overanalyze, we overthink it. And it's so simple. Like we overcomplicate things when they don't have to be that complicated.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. So like, especially like overthinking everything, doing the what ifs, creating scenarios in your mind, and just, really keeping yourself in that stressful state instead of moving out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
No. What'd you hear?
I heard something coming out of my computer speaker, but I don't know exactly what that was.
Maybe spirit talking to you.
I think so. I don't know what they were going to say. Okay, so moving on. Sorry, that was a horrible moment. Sometimes they catch me off guard. Like they've been coming and I've been hearing, and I'm just like, hello. And like some of them, for some reason, they're very, depending on my client, they're like nervous to approach me because they're afraid of how they were here. They're going to be judged by my client, but I'm like, they're not judging you. They're here seeing me. Like they're getting healing here. Like, it's okay. You can come on over, but they're like, hello. And I'm like, come on in. It's okay.
Yep. So. I've got spirit that pops in like that too. It's either they walk in and like, woo, party time. Or it's like they're in a doorway and they're just like popping their head in, like feeling me out. And I'm like, okay, I could see you. Are you like, are you actually going to come in so we can talk? And they're like, I'm going to observe for a few more minutes. I'm like, all right.
I have the observer ones and they just like lurk and I'm like, hello, can I help? And they're just like, no, I'm good. I'm just hanging out. And I'm like, okay, just let me know if you need something. Like, I don't know what you need. So yeah, I love those ones. Let's see. Looking at some comments.
How about finances? Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Finances. There is a frequency for finances. I don't have it because it's not a chakra. But it would probably be more of like your root chakra. But there is a specific frequency for finances and income and stuff like that. But most of that is with your root chakra. So that is all your 396. That's your root chakra.
That root chakra really keep you.
Yes.
Keep it down if you're not balancing it out.
Let's see. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know, or go ahead and put it in the comments. Have anybody here, like, put a comment yes, or just like the video if you use sound healing or if you've heard of sound healing. And give me a heart emoji if you would be willing to try sound therapy.
I love it. I think everyone should do it.
Yeah, I love it. It's just so healing and it's on so many levels. It's on every single level of your true being. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll put a special out for sound healing. Maybe. We'll see. I love using my tuning forks. I love using my singing bowls. I even during virtual sessions, I use sound healing. Like I love using Zoom because I can share my audio. That way I can get that person and get their deep healing going through. So I just love it.
That's the great thing with energy, right? Is like, it's not limited to the physical location. So you can do it virtually. And that's probably my favorite thing about being in the energy business and mixing that with technology. I'm like, I can heal people from all over, help heal people from all over the world. The healing is really up to them, but I could be a small part of it.
Yep. If you can just give them the tools that they need, because a lot of times people are just so stuck energetically, but they don't know their options. And like for me being a spiritual consultant, like I can lead them into that direction. Like sometimes people come to me and they're just like so depressed, or they have this high anxiety, and they're just like very stuck in their energy, and they're just like, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'm confused. I don't know what direction to go. So I can go in there and I can kind of help guide them into different realms and open doors to them that, they didn't know was kind of possible. So I love doing that with people, just kind of helping them transition from the fog and just to the clearing. So for me, I just love it. I don't know. I love helping people just transition because I always wanted someone to help me through my transition, going through it alone, that I would never want anyone else to do it alone. So I'm all here for everybody. So
I love it. And it's like, I was on a call with my personal mentor yesterday, and a similar conversation came up where, I was talking she was asking me why, I do certain things in my business. And I was like, because when I got started, like in my awakening and even with my business, like I didn't have anyone in my corner. I didn't have anyone showing me what to do. And I just there were so many mistakes and fumbles that I made along the way. And like, if I can share that knowledge and make it just a little bit easier for other people, like absolutely.
Yep. And I feel the same way because when I was going through everything. So as a kid, like I've always been very spiritually connected, like universe, everything. It's always been an open door for me. Yeah. But when I started to go through my awakening, it was like I had no one. And I feel like maybe that's why I'm such a nerd, because I love hard facts. That's why my slogan is, led by spirit, backed by science, because the two are so important in my life, because I don't want one without the other. There are some things I have to let, trust spirit on, just because science isn't there yet. But for me, it was just, looking into and reading countless studies about how like ESP is for real. And, they call it, but they just, the terminologies are it's brain to brain activity. So there's just so many things that I was led to believe were not true and stuff like that, until I started reading these studies and really doing that work. In a way, I understand why I had to do it alone, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have dug so hard to find out the truth. Yeah. I get it. But it would have been better to have a mentor to just kind of be like, hey, read these books and don't waste your time on these books. And, maybe check out this university's studies and, things like that. So,
yeah, a little bit of guidance is sometimes that's all we need, is just someone to like look down this path, and we're like, okay, thanks. Sometimes we just need that little push.
Especially when we are in survival mode, when we're in that fight or flight mode, because all we see is what's in front of us. We've got blinders on. We're just trying to survive. We're trying to just go through. So we're not aware enough to see those other options. Yeah. So just to have someone be like, have you ever thought of this? Would have helped a lot. Yep. So, So another fun fact about sound and sound healing and everything. During Christmas and New Year's, Clapping, music, and rhythm have been used to kind of clear out stagnant energies and bring in new energies. And this tradition has been around for centuries, and it's been believed to be, I think it's like ancient cultures. Just everyone's been using sound since the beginning of time. Like it's just a thing.
Yeah.
But they use sound and rhythm and music to connect with the spiritual realm. And clapping is thought to clear stagnant energy, while music and rhythm are used to bring in new energy and kind of promote like balance, a sense of renewal, especially for the new year. So I do know that there's like a bunch of crazy holiday stuff, like traditions that people do. If you have a crazy holiday tradition, please put it in the comments because I want to know about it. But there are so many crazy holiday traditions. But raise your hand or like or whatever if you remember the tradition, or if you still practice the tradition of going out on New Year's when it hits midnight and taking pots and pans and just banging all those pots and pans and making as much noise as possible. If I'm a weirdo, that's fine. But if you remember doing that, let me know. And if you have any other holiday traditions, put them in the comments because I definitely want to know. But this is something like my family, we would do traditionally. And it's just to get rid of all that stagnant energy and welcome in the energy of the new year.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that for such a long time, but when I started looking into sound healing, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. And, just clapping, and you can do that to cleanse your house as well if you wanted to incorporate that with sage, or if you have energy cleansing sprays, things like that as well. But clapping and really inviting that good energy to come in. I remember that, man, we used to go we'd be doing it for like 30 minutes and then we'd have to get like pulled in the house, like, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah. But it used to be one of my favorite things to do. And I remember I was 13 when the year 2000 hit, right? And so I remember, like, everyone thought the world was ending. It was gonna crash and burn, right? And I remember one of my biggest fears was, but what if I don't get to go hit my pots and pans? We did. We got to go hit pots and pans. The world didn't end. But I remember that year specifically, that's what I was thinking about. It's like, man, I really wanted to do that again.
That's awesome. But you can, like, even if you want to like relive that, you can go back and just like remember what it felt like just banging those pots and pans, because that's kind of like what singing bowls do to you as well. You can feel the vibrations like in your body, and it just feels good to make a lot of noise. Like if you have drums, you can just drum and just like make crazy amount of noise. Your neighbors might not like it, but you're thinking about you. You're prioritizing yourself.
And you can use your voice to do things the same way, right? Like I know, and I'll typically do this when I'm home alone because my family will be like, what the hell? What are you doing? But when I'm home alone, or I'll do it a lot when I'm in the car, I will just start screaming like as loud as I possibly can. And there's nothing wrong. I am just like screaming because I'm getting that, like I can feel there's pent up energy, and I'm like, get it moving, get it out.
So there's actually different like sounds that you can make. Like everyone knows the Om, but there is like the I am. There's different sounds that you can make that activate different things in yourself as well. Those different vibrations. There's one that's like shh. If you just do that for a very long time, it activates different things. So that's really cool if you want to look that up as well. Or you can just, pots and pans and scream and let it go. So
have fun with it. Maybe that's partially the reason why people like rage rooms so much, right? You get to scream, you get to move your body, you get to hit things. It just gets the energy going.
That's a lot of energy that goes on in those. But personally, it's good because it is shaking up the stagnant energy. The only thing if I would recommend is if you are doing something like that and getting all that rage and all that energy going, definitely balance it out with some like solfeggio, or I know people pronounce it differently, but I like to call it solfeggio music, or just different frequencies. So,
and cleanse yourself too, because if you're walking into one of those spaces, people have left a lot of energy behind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Reading some comments.
Oh, Tasha, thank you. I just saw that comment.
So does anyone have any questions about sound healing or anything like that, or any of my services, or anything that you'd want to know? My dog wants to say hi.
Oh, look at him. He's looking at you like, hey, Mom, what are you doing?
He's my biggest kid. He's my oldest baby. So
his little gravy.
I know. He's 13, so I love him though.
Sorry, I keep like messing with my eyes. I don't know if it's allergies or what. My eyes have been bugging me all day. So I'm not crying. I promise. They're like burning all day.
Sound healing is so beautiful.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Oh man. So nobody has any holiday tradition that they do, or New Year's holiday. I'm trying to read comments, but I'm not seeing anything.
I know. Victoria had a question for you. She said, where did you start when you decided this was what you wanted to do?
So with my awakening, it was just a whole lot of chaos. It was just, I was in survival mode. I was doing everything and reading everything to prove that I wasn't crazy. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what it came down to. And the more I learned, the more I was just like, I've been living under a rock, because everything that people told me wasn't true or anything like this. There's so much scientific studies out there that prove all of this is real. And I've just been suppressing, my alignment, my own energetic frequency to appease the people around me. And then as soon as I just was like, you know what? It was kind of one of those things like, everybody. And I finally aligned my energies with my true being and my true essence. Things just started, being presented to me. And then with Reiki, it was seriously just the craziest thing, because I was just at a point where I just needed answers. So I was like, I'll go see this psychic medium and see what she has, because what do I have to lose? And she had mentioned Reiki to me, and I'm just like, I don't know what that is. And she started explaining it to me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I do this already. She goes, yeah, you do this already. And I'm like, okay, like that's cool. And she was like, you would be excellent as like a Reiki healer and all this stuff. And she started explaining all this stuff. And I'm like, this is weird, because I thought everyone did this. Apparently not. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But she was explaining things. I was like, yeah, I know how to do that. I know how to do this. And it did take a lot of confidence and a lot of stepping out of my shell to kind of come forward and start my own business and do all these things. But really, that's how it kind of came about. Was she just kind of recommended this thing called Reiki that I never heard of. And everything she was saying to me aligned with me perfectly and elegantly, that I looked more into it. And I was like, yes, like this is where I belong. And I haven't looked back since, honestly, because everything has just been put into my path. I mean, even Ashley, like the craziest thing, I was just trying to promote my business and I was looking for expos to go to. And then I went on Eventbrite and I saw her there, and I was like, spiritual fair, this is right up my alley. And then this happened. So everything has just been beautifully placed. And the only way I can say is just like beautiful petals just on my path that I'm just like, oh, this one's cute. Oh, this one's cute. And it just keeps leading me to like bigger and brighter things. Yeah. And okay. So something I don't really tell people, and I just told a client last week. So I know I don't really share too much personal information about myself, because I am kind of a private person, just because, it's the military in me. It's that OPSEC. It's, I don't want people knowing too much kind of thing. But when I do have in-person sessions, people kind of look at me and I'm like, I love my house. I love my house. It is beautiful. I love waking up. I just shared that video of the deer walking across my yard. I love my house. I have manifested my house and I love it. It's beautiful. But people kind of give me a look and I'm like, welcome to because this is where my office is. This is my home. This is my office. But people don't realize that when I first started off, I was in an apartment on a blow up mattress.
Mm-hmm.
So I have come so far in my healing journey with manifestations, with really becoming aligned with who my soul really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say probably within the last 4 to 5, well, probably, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 years, that the universe has been providing to me, because not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I've been providing for others as well, that energetic exchange. But
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten very good at manifestations. I've gotten very good at healing myself and helping others heal themselves. So yeah, just what fun fact about me. Yeah, I was on a blow up mattress, working nights and doing all the crazy stuff. It was just insane, just trying to get through. So
and I think, it's kind of like what we said earlier, is sometimes you just need someone to kind of show you a path that you didn't know existed, right? And I think there's so many people who, starting off in their spiritual journeys, myself included, it's a very similar story. Like when my first major awakening happened, it was me, my husband, and my daughter living in like a 700 square foot apartment, mattress on the floor, the TV was like on a TV tray because we didn't have a frame or like nothing. It was just bare boning.
Yep. I still remember my sister, she came and visited me, and the funniest thing, like I had like pots and pans to cook, but I didn't have a strainer, and she bought me a strainer from like the dollar store, and I was like the most excited person in the world. I'm like, thank you. I don't have to like burn my hands on trying to pour this water out and stuff like that. So it's amazing when you get aligned to your life's purpose, how easy life gets. And I mean, if your life is hard and you're like fighting and you feel like you're drowning, opposed from like the day-to-day things where you're like, okay, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
If you're really drowning and you're really not making it work, you need to take a step back and kind of look at that, because you're not aligned with your soul's purpose. There's a reason why it's hard. It's because you're not supposed to be there.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
And that's where depression. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you're right. That's where depression comes from. It's where anxiety comes from. And I see it so often with people. And I've been guilty of this even since I've had my, multiple awakenings. I'm still human. And it's like, you want something so badly, or you get this idea of what direction you're going in or what your life is supposed to look like. And then you're wondering, why is this so hard? Or why are there so many obstacles? Because it's the universe literally saying, hey, let's take a step back. Maybe we need to change directions here. And you're like, no, I'm just going to keep going. And the universe is like, all right, well, you're just making.
And you're like, I'm a fighter. I'm going to get through this. And the universe, you don't have to. You need to just turn around.
Yep. Sometimes we just need to look at things from a different perspective, let go of that control. And the biggest thing is like, don't wait for your fear to dissolve before you make changes, because you will always be afraid when you're making changes. There will always be a part of you that is like, what am I doing? Like, what if? But you move forward in that place of fear anyway, and you go with what feels right. And you'll start to see that, yeah, you still have to work for what you want. Yes, you're still going to have bad days, but I mean, things will just kind of almost effortlessly fall into your lap. You're like, I was not expecting it to be that easy.
Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of people think, is like they feel that they need to work extremely hard to get what they want. And it's not that way. Using the law of attraction, manifestations, things like that in your life, and just being. So we are in control of our life, but it's easier when we it's all about that balance. Like, you don't want to have over control of your life, but you don't want to just be like laissez-faire and just like letting things happen. It's really about that balance and knowing when to step forward and take advantage of a situation, or step back and let the universe kind of take care of it for you.
Yeah.
So really just getting in that alignment with your soul's purpose. And that's why I love doing like tuning forks, because when I use a tuning fork over your chakra, it is aligning that chakra with its perfect vibration. So it's just going to tune all of your chakras, all of your energy centers and everything to just kind of be in a homeostasis state. That way, when you walk out my door, you're just feeling amazing, and you're just like walking on water kind of thing, like, so I just love it.
Yep. And when your chakras are all aligned, I mean, your intuition, you're more in tune with that. You're seeing things with more clarity. The second guessing isn't as strong. And I mean, it makes a world of difference. Every time I leave a Reiki session, like I feel like my body is jello. I'm just so zen. I'm so relaxed. And I'm like, nobody talk to me for like 48 hours. Like I'm just going to exist here for a while.
It's so funny when I do self Reiki on myself. It's almost like a numb feeling. Like I just become the space, which is really kind of really cool. I don't know. Just thought I'd share that. That's kind of, but I did see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay. I was just going to say, like, we did readings for each other, right? And so Nikki did a distance Reiki session on me, and it was so cool because, I'm just sitting there, and it took me a minute to really like relax, and she could feel it too. Like at first she was like sitting there and she's like, what did you say? You told me to like breathe or something. And I was like, okay. And once I finally like let go and I just let myself ease into the moment, like in my head, I was seeing colors, things were swirling around. I could feel the energy in various points of my body. And like, it was just through a screen. And I felt so good afterwards. I felt like I was in my zone for like the next 3 days.
Yeah. I love Reiki. I love energy. And it's funny because I get a lot of people, like I was just dealing with someone who wrote on one of my posts, scam. And I said, I ensure them. I'm like, it's not a scam, this and that. And it's funny because people look at Reiki like it's like this hocus pocus kind of thing. And it's funny because when you look at Reiki, it's just life force energy. So if you don't believe in like Reiki, then you don't believe in gravity. You don't believe in air. You don't believe in like physics. Like it's just one of those things. Like it's a law. It's something that is true. So I love it. I love people. So I did see Peggy said that she wants an awakening. Peggy, I will warn you, be careful what you ask for because it's amazing when you get on the other side of the mountain, but trucking up that mountain, girl, it's exhausting. There's less air up there. You can't breathe out there.
Sunshine and rainbows. Like you see it on social media and everyone's like, oh, I'm going through an awakening. Life is so beautiful. And I'm like, you liar. You liar. Like when you go through an awakening, you're like, oh my gosh. Like you're sitting there like rocking back and forth. Like your life is falling apart. I mean, it's intense, but if you're paying attention as you're going through the process and you're actively applying the lessons that you're learning, that's what makes a difference. If you're just spiraling and you're not trying to not control it, but you're not trying to apply the lessons that you're learning, you're not trying to recognize your triggers and you're not willing to go within, it's going to become much harder.
So I always think it's funny that when people don't take the lessons, they don't realize like, yeah, I learned it, but I'm not going to implement it. The universe is going to give you more times to try that out and actually practice what you learn. So,
yeah.
Peggy, I have my fingers crossed for you. I am.
Yep. And I'll say this, like, Peggy, if you're here, like you're watching lives like this, you're in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you are to a certain degree. And, I feel like just not really like giving you a reading, but just kind of sitting in with your energy real quick, Peggy, you are in it, but I feel like fear and like taught behaviors, things that you've witnessed from previous generations, things that you've just kind of been shown, especially growing up, that have just become your normal. There's some reprogramming that needs to happen. And so you start with that self-awareness. Like journaling would be great for you. Reiki would be great for you because again, being in tune will help you to see things with a more open mind.
Yeah. I'm definitely hearing for Peggy limited beliefs.
Yes.
A lot of limited beliefs that is kind of keeping her stuck.
Survival mode.
Yeah. What I do with my Reiki sessions is when I do get like sometimes I do get messages, like when we're doing a session, they typically tell me what you're stuck on in that area. And we can kind of walk and talk through it to kind of get you unstuck during a lot of my sessions. I don't do Reiki typically how everyone else does, where they just kind of do the energy healing and that's kind of it. With me, I'm like, I'm all in for you. I'm like, guides, tell me what she needs or tell me what he needs. And, give me the messages that they need to know right now. Anything that's going to help them for their highest good right now. What do they need to hear? Like, what are the chakras we need to work on? Where's that stuck energy? Let's let's find it. Like I've been military for 14 years. So let's find that energy. Let's remove it. Let's extract it. And we're on our way. Like nothing happened here. Nothing ever happened here. We're good.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Victoria said, oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
So I'm just like, Victoria said, Dark Night of the Soul is no joke. Absolutely.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But you have it. If you are here, I definitely feel like you're ready for a next step. You're ready for that next transition. So
yeah. And we go through more awakenings than just one. Like some are really big and flip your whole world upside down. Others are, way less intense. But yeah, if you're here, there's a reason you're here. People who are not in an awakening or ready for an awakening, they're not interested in stuff like this.
Yeah, they're messaging my page saying scam.
Yes. Yep. Oh, Andrea, I love you. I love that. You're very welcome. Yeah.
Oh,
I know. It's
I love that. I love how we and this is why I love your Master Healers group and I love being a part of it, because if I say and do something, it is something to draw people in, because people who are awakening, they're interested, they want to know more. But if they don't like how I do it or how I say it, we have like such an enormous, amazing group of people who have different ways of helping you heal. So the fact that, some people come through me to find you is absolutely beautiful, or people from you come find me. Like, I just love how we can just, direct people to exactly where they need to heal and grow, especially like with Sarah doing that dark path healing, doing that shadow work, and I don't know. And I just love Kat, and I love I love everybody. I love everyone. So everyone is amazing, and we all do things differently. So if you don't resonate with me, you can always go find someone else who does it a little bit more different, because all of our journeys are completely different. So
yeah. And if you guys aren't a part of our Master Healers Facebook group yet, you should go join. It's called Ashley Smarowsky and her Master Healers. If you go under the groups on my page, you can find it or just search it. But it's great. All the Master Healers are in there. I'm not super active in there. I try to give that more for you guys. I pop in there every once in a while, but all the Master Healers are in there doing their thing, sharing, what they've got going on, or posting videos, going live, all kinds of stuff. So if you guys aren't a part of that group yet, it's totally free. Just go find it and join.
Yeah, come hang out with us. We're pretty cool people. We'll help you out one way or another.
Yep. So this has been fun. So is there anything else that you want people to be aware of or know or mention before we kind of say our good nights?
No, I mean, if you aren't following me, go ahead and follow me. I'm trying to up my followership a little bit. I don't even know. I'm at like 400 something. So I just have a goal in the next couple months to at least gain like 50 more followers. So if you don't follow me, go ahead and follow me. I am going to the holidays are crazy, but I do give like tips and tricks through some of my videos. I'm going to start doing some more virtual healing. So a lot of my stuff I'm actually moving. I just started I have an app. Go me. So I'm transitioning all of my videos and all my content to my app, and my app is free. You can become a member and just, go on my app. I have meditation videos. I have just a lot of different things, a lot of things that to come as well. So if you aren't a part of me, come on, follow me and join in on the fun.
So right now we said we were kind of wrapping up and the numbers went real quick, but right now there's 30 of you left. So if all of you go follow Nikki, that'll get her really close to that, hoping to gain, 50 more people. So go now. Okay. Well, yeah. So this has been great. I always love going live with you. I always have such a good time. And so all of Nikki's information is in the description of the video. So like she said, go give her a follow. She does stuff all the time. Join the Master Healer group if you're not a part of that already. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us. I've loved this conversation. I could talk about it all night.
Same.
I love it.
But I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate everyone taking out your time to come hang out with us and comment and everything. So definitely you guys all have a great, wonderful night and have a happy New Year. Okay. Just get all that good energy flowing and just start your new year off right. Okay.
Yeah. Bang your pots and pans.
Yes. Very, very loud and obnoxiously.
All right. I love you all. We will see you all next time.
Okay. Bye.